everybody, Boychester here with another video. Today I'm just going to teach a beginner trick, but it's a pretty cool one and gets good reactions. So all we need to do is get on straight to the performance. So it's impromptu and you can shuffle the deck as much as you want. Okay, so now for the performance, so it's impromptu. You can cut the deck and they can pick any card they want. So if it's this card, I'll look away and you can look at that card. So I did look away. We're going to put the card there and lose it in the middle of the deck, just like that. We can shuffle that way and we can even shuffle this way. Now I'm going to do what's called a sloppy shuffle. You just take some cards, flip it over, you take more cards, flip that over, more cards, flip it over, more cards, flip it over. So it's a pretty crazy shuffle. And now you can see that some cards are face to back, some cards are back to face, some cards are even back to back. But now if I just click my fingers, you should see that the deck has straightened out completely and is now a normal face down deck, apart from one face up card, which should be your card, the 3 of clubs. Now for the tutorial. Okay, so I hope you like that trick. Now it's time for the tutorial. So it's impromptu. You can shuffle the deck as much as you like, and then they can pick a card. So they just look at the card. You won't look at it, but just say for simplicity it's the Jack of Diamonds. So we can take the Jack of Diamonds and they put it on the top. So now you're going to perform a move I've taught like 3 times before. I don't know. I did it in my first video, so you can look for a more in-depth tutorial. I finally found out what it's called. It's called the slip cut, and slip cut. And it looks like you're thumbing this card into the middle, but what you're actually doing is using your middle finger to just put the bottom card into the middle. High speed, it looks a bit like that. Sorry, that wasn't a good... There we go. Anyway, so you've still got the Jack of Diamonds. If you want a more in-depth tutorial, check out my first video, the 4 predictions card trick, where I have a more in-depth tutorial of that move. So now you've got the Jack of Diamonds, you're going to do another move I've taught before, the retention shuffle. It's really easy. You basically peel off the bottom and top cards and then overhand shuffle like that. But don't show them that this is on top. So now you've got this here. Now you say, and we can also shuffle the other way. So you're going to peel off the top card, their card, but be careful not to show it. You don't want to go that, you want to go like that. And then overhand shuffle into there. And now you've controlled it to the bottom. Once you've controlled it to the bottom, you're just going to say we're going to perform a sloppy shuffle. So you just take some cards and flip it over, and take some cards and flip it over. So what it looks like, you're making a really sloppy shuffle, but you're actually just putting lots of cards face up and lots of cards face down. You're basically making half the deck face up and half the deck face down. So you can keep doing this until you get to the bottom card and just leave that like that. So now you can see that it's spread out like that. Once you got to the bottom card, you can maybe spread out if you want. Don't show it too much though. And then grab a break on the bottom card. And then secretly you're going to just flip over the card like that. A bit like in a turnover pass. Once you've done that, all you have to do is... so once you've done that, you're just going to go through deck. First, you need to find a natural break. So it should come pretty easily. See then, I just lifted up the deck and it'll be 2 back-to-back cards. Sometimes you don't get the natural deck immediately, but if you try you don't get the natural break immediately, but if you try a few times, it should just come off like that. Just like that. And so once you've done that, you need to catch a break there, and then you can show, so you need to monitor where your break is. You cut above your break and go, some cards are face to back. Then you cut below your break and go, some cards are back to face. Then you then you open out your break and go, some cards are back to back. But you don't put it back like this, you just flip this over. And what you've done is you flipped over that face-up half of the deck. So you square up. Now, one more thing to do is, this is the only face-up card. You just have to cut, putting the face-up card in the middle, because it seems better in the middle. And then you can just spread it, and it should come out like that. That's pretty much the whole trick. It's really easy to perform, only needs a bit of practice, and then you should be able to master it pretty quickly. That's why it's definitely a beginner trick, and I'll have another trick coming up in no time whatsoever. I'm always doing magic tricks these days. So just like the King of Hearts here, I'm gone. See ya.